Today I'm showing you a running stitch, which is a type of straight stitch. First thing to do is to make sure you tie a knot in the bottom of your embroidery thread. Then what we're going to do is from the back of your material, pull the needle up, and then whatever distance you would like your stitch to be, pull the needle back down through the material. And then if you'd like it to be an even spaced stitch, ensure that you bring it back up the same length of the stitch from the back of the material and then down again. It's important to remember that this stitch is quite versatile, so you can do it whatever length that you want to. So each stitch can actually be different lengths. This material is a type of binca, which I use a lot for children's sewing as the holes are quite large, and it's like aida, which you use for embroidery, especially cross stitch. But for the purposes of the video, I'm just using it to show you how the stitch runs to make it a bit clearer. When using embroidery thread, also called floss, you can separate the strands to make it a bit thinner, depending again what fabric you're using, but this also saves a lot of the thread so that you're not using it all in one go. But I'm just keeping this as the full 6 strands on this one so that you can see through this fabric. This stitch is quite good for tacking hems, for doing the edge of certain embroideries. So say if you've done a nice cross stitch design or a different type of stitch, then you can use this as the outside line to tidy it, or you can use it to sew 2 pieces of fabric together. It's a very versatile stitch which you'll use a lot of. So that is the running stitch, and that is the back of the running stitch. And then to finish the stitch off, just ensure that you tie it so that it doesn't come undone. So tie a knot by putting the needle underneath the last stitch and then pulling through the loop. So before you pull it entirely, just make sure there's still a loop so that you can put your needle underneath, and then tighten to create your knot. And then I always just double do it, just for luck, just in case. And then that is your running straight stitch. Very simple and can be done on all types of fabric.